In this video, I'm gonna give you guys an exact rundown and cost of opening your own basketball facility. So I made a video like this around 3 years ago when I opened my first facility, and now we're gonna do it again for my second facility here in Woburn, Massachusetts. So I'm gonna go in chronological order so you guys can get an idea of what it was like to open, all of the steps that it took, and again, the exact cost. And at the end, we'll give you guys the grand total for opening this facility. So the first thing that I had to do is obviously review the lease. So I got a call, decided, you know what, I want to sign the lease. Let's go ahead and do this. So I got the lease in front of me. I had to pay for a lawyer to look it over to make sure there's nothing crazy in there that's obviously going to screw me down the road. So a lot of back and forth with that. Overall, that was $1,140. Not too crazy, but a very crucial part of the process. You don't want to make sure you guys are stepping into a lease that puts you at a disadvantage when you guys actually get going. So moving on from there, one of the first things that I bought, oddly enough, was just the sign for the door. So that was just like a decal, $60.72, nothing crazy. I don't know why, that was one of the first things that I did. Now from there, one of the first things that we did was paint. So we got a crew of like 5-6 guys, bought a bunch of paint. So we had to get white paint for all of the interior of the gym, and then we had to get office paint for in here, and then we also painted the doors a nice red color, which I really like, and then we had to paint the bathrooms as well. So overall, it was a lot of paint, a lot of supplies between brushes, between rollers. So overall, that was $1,197. Now, it took us a decent amount of time. We were here a good amount painting, but definitely saved us a lot of money as opposed to what it would cost if we were paying an actual professional company to go and do it. Next thing from there, once it was painted, is we got the carpet installed. Obviously, we don't want to install the carpet and then come and paint because we're going to get paint on the carpet, obviously. So I wanted to make sure I was doing that in the best order. So between the carpet itself and actually paying to install it and get the black trim around, that was $2,534.37. So even though it was a decent amount of money, I think it adds a nice touch to the office. Nice clean rug. The one before was blue, kind of ugly. So again, a decent cost, but I think it really adds to it. And obviously we're going to have it here for the next 3 years. Next thing from there, pretty simple, was just bathroom supplies, toilet paper, paper towels, soap, all of that kind of good stuff that you guys just need. We're going to be here a lot. We need to make sure we have stuff for the bathroom. So that was $408. Again, nothing crazy, but all these little things start to add up as you go. Next thing from there was a little bit of construction costs. So one of the walls that was originally in place, we had to kind of turn that around, turn it into a little bit of a closet area, which is perfect. I can have some storage that I can put stuff in when I am not here or when other people, just to kind of get it out of the way. So overall, that was $630 and was well worth it. So one of the next costs that I incurred, which was actually one of the first things that I did as soon as I knew I was going to sign the lease, was calling to make sure that I can get the hoop installed. This is something that sometimes takes time, especially if you need to ship it, you need to schedule it. This is something that needs to be done pretty early before the court goes in. So with the install and with the hoop itself was $3,750. So first week right away, I had to get the concrete cut. I had to have the guys come in, put the base in, wait a couple of days, and then get the hoop installed. So it took about a week or two total. Those guys do a really good job, and it was the same people that I used for the last gym, so it made it nice and easy. I didn't have to search for people or try to find someone to get it done. So the next thing, which was really a hassle on the last gym, was insurance. With this one, it was super easy because I already have my insurance in place. Call up the same person, say, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm adding a second facility. What's the cost? So that was $2,200. Now that's gonna go on top of my current policy that I have for this following year, which renews in August. So I'm gonna have essentially one policy for both facilities, which makes it nice and easy, but is no cheap cost. So the next two main things that I needed to order, and I ordered about 3 to 4 weeks in advance, was the wall pads and the curtain that I needed to kind of divide with the space right next to me. So this took about 3 to 4 weeks to get shipped here. So again, that's another thing that I had to make sure that I was on top of. Don't want to finish everything and then say, hey, I need this, and then have to wait 4 to 6 weeks, right? Because then obviously I'm without that. It's going to be tough. Place isn't going to really look complete, or could lead to injuries without the wall pads, things like that. So the wall pads were $1,335.56, including shipping. And then the curtain was $1,775.37. Now the next big cost, which is the biggest cost and also the most important one, was the actual court itself. So this was $19,700 with everything, making sure it's getting installed and all that kind of good stuff. So between that, between the court, the walls, the curtain, everything started to really come together and was very close to being finished. Now, next couple of things that we got was obviously some supplies for the court itself, basketballs and pickleball stuff, because we are offering pickleball at this location, which I'm super excited about. The cost for that was $676, nothing crazy, and we'll probably have to continue to get more stuff as we go. I just got enough to kind of start out and get us going. I don't want to drop $2,000 on basketballs right off the start before we even have people coming in. So next thing from there was just some basic office supplies, which has not come in yet. Table for there, table for behind here, a couple chairs, a couple things for the walls, all that kind of good stuff. Total for that was $1,188. And then this couch that I'm sitting on, which is fantastic, nice recliner. put that in there. So this was $1,300, well worth it. Gonna be a lot of good naps on this bad boy, potentially sleep here one night or multiple nights, hopefully not, but we will see. And then the next thing, because the gym was pretty much good to go, was the actual first month's lease, because we were not open fully before that. I had to obviously pay that out of pocket before we were up and running, so that was $5,300. So we still do not have office stuff, so we have a nice little office space. We're gonna have to get a bunch of different things for that. A couple other miscellaneous things between copying keys, business license that I didn't include. So you can tack on a couple extra $100 to this total, but the grand total is $43,196.45. So after it's all said and done, we'll probably be somewhere around 45. Now I had to incur all of these costs while also running the other gym, so that wasn't too fun. But we got it done, we were up and running, and it's time to make some money. So overall, this process took about a month and a half, and to be honest, was a lot easier than the first one. The first one, I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. This one honestly felt pretty easy. I was running the other gym the entire time I was doing this, as well as the media company that me and Silva behind the camera own. And honestly, like I said, was pretty easy, and I feel like I can help anyone in the world who really wants to do this get it done. Now, I have an entire gym webinar that you guys can watch to get some basic info, but if you guys are trying to do this, whether you want to lease a place, whether you want to build a place, I know that I can help you guys do that. So if you guys are interested in that, actually interested, DM me on Instagram at TGL Training. I will help walk you guys through this entire process and help you guys get your own facility. So with that said, if you guys like this, if you guys want to see more about this gym, drop a like, drop a comment. We appreciate it. See you guys soon. Peace.